1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's so weird. Okay. Is it recording still?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, my name is Lucretia Austin. I am actually here today to share with you all the decisions that shaped my decision on joining the military. So basically, it all started, I had a father who was born and raised in the military. And he basically very sternly tried to force the military on me and my siblings our whole lives. So of course, me being the rebellious child that I was, I completely was like against it. I was like, I'm not joining the military, it's just not happening. But little did I know that he was going to be right. There are 3 main parts I'm going to talk about in my decision for me to join the military. The first being ROTC, and the role that it played in my life in high school. I'm going to talk about some of the jobs that I worked while in high school. And then I'm going to talk about my ultimate decision to join the military. First, I'll begin by sharing with you all my stint as a ROTC cadet. It started in middle school. I'm not very sports inclined. I'm not very coordinated, so I'm not somebody who can play sports. So in high school, I decided that I wasn't going to be that kid that did nothing anymore. So I decided to get into ROTC, which actually ended up being a good choice for me. I got involved with the drill team. Basically, that's just like where you spin the weapons and you compete at regional levels and basically showcase your talents. One main thing that stood out to me in high school was when we competed at the regional level and we won first place. The feeling that I identify mostly with is I was very proud to have won that first place championship in high school, and that was something that ultimately helped give me that drive to continue to strive for that same pride that I felt. Unfortunately, I didn't stick with it in high school. I had fun with it for my first 3 years in high school, but for whatever reason, I decided to try something else. So I decided to do cosmetology. Did cosmetology, and it was fun. I met a lot of cool people, but I ended up also deciding I wanted to work part-time jobs. So I worked at McDonald's, I worked at a daycare, and I worked at Dairy Queen. Well, while I was working at Dairy Queen, we ended up getting robbed while I was working one night. We were closing. And we had robbers come in, guns blazing, like they were serious. And they put actually our supervisor in the freezer because he was just talking too much trash while we were being robbed. It was a real scary night. So that actually, once they left and we called the police, that actually made me like kind of scared of working fast food, and I was just over it. So I was actually still in high school. And it seemed like, luck would have it, that next week they were doing the ASVAB, which is basically a test that measures different areas in your learning ability, mechanical, computer type stuff. Basically, it's just a test that measures you well around, like basically everything. And I took that test, and I actually took it because I didn't want to go to class one day. And they were offering that test in the auditorium, and I was like, well, I'm just going to take this test, I'm not going to go to class, and I'll do that. So I took the test, passed the test, and passed with a high enough score, and I basically seemed like maybe that next week I ended up going to talk to the recruiter, and before I knew it, I was at METS, and after I graduated, I was at basic. All right, so I just talked about my high school and me taking the ASVAB test, and my decision to join the military, which is basically I couldn't get college paid for. Scholarships weren't available because I wasn't doing all I could do in school. So that actually helped me with my decision to join the military. Secondly, I will share the different, So secondly, I talked about the different jobs that I had. First, I talked about my high school. Secondly, I talked about my different jobs. Lastly, I'm going to talk about the military and me going through basic training. I went through basic training in Lackland, and it was like a complete shock to me. I wasn't used to people yelling in my face, telling me to do push-ups. It wasn't something I was real familiar with. But I made it through it, and I remember distinctly at the end of graduation when we were coined and went through the ceremony, they, of course, they had the flag waving and they had the national anthem playing. And I distinctly remember that because I felt so proud that I had accomplished that in my life. So it kind of went right back to when I was in ROTC, that pride that I felt, and I was just really confident that I was doing something that was worthwhile. Alright, so today I shared with you all my decision to join the Air Force. First, I spoke about my high school years and my time when I took the ASVAB test. And I spoke about the jobs that I held and what scared me from being able to work those jobs, and another decision as to why I decided to join the military. Now, I hope you all feel that you know a little bit more about me, and thank you guys for coming.
I'll show you guys again. And here's the crowd.
Hi.
That's it.